I'll start off the conference. I'd like to welcome you all to the Digital Transformation and Government Conference. This is the 4th edition. We will be going on for 4 days, and we have more than 50 speakers lined up. At this particular point in time, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. First off, chat has been disabled. What you can do is use the Q&A for your for any communication, or if you have questions for the speaker. I will be hosting them. My name is Robert Bob Wiseman. I'm on faculty at the University of Ottawa, formerly 30 years in government and then 10 years in the private sector, followed by a return to academia. And I've been there for about 8 years now, helping and training the new generation of digital transformers. So without further ado, I'd like to say, could everybody has access to the Q&A button? Okay. Also, I want to make sure you realize everything is being recorded, because a lot of people in many different time zones will be seeing this presentation at different times. So what we're going to be doing is, I just want you to be aware there is a recording, and afterwards the links there's a lag time of about 4 to 8 hours. And then afterwards, the link that you use to get into this particular meeting will be a link to the recording. We'll also have the presentation ready for you there, so you can take a look at it afterwards, reinforce it. The whole concept of this conference is to share experiences in digital transformation so that we can help emerging nations. And that's one reason too, for people starting their digital journey in certain nations. We're working with the United Nations we'll also be speaking right afterwards, and we'll also be working with the World Bank. They have 2 initiatives to help nations starting with their e-government projects. And
Valeriya is in, Bob. If you can make her co-host, please. In the V's.
I don't see her. Can you do that, please?
Only you can make her co-host. She's in the V.
Oh, got it. Okay, good. We are delighted.
Finally.
Wonderful. Great. We are delighted today to have for the keynote speaker today is going to be Valeriya Ionan. She's the Deputy Minister for Eurointegration at the Ministry of Digital Transformation in Ukraine. This ministry was established in 2019, and the whole concept was to implement the state in a smartphone, an essential part of the President Zelenskyy Election Program. Within the ministry, Valeriya is in charge of the national program of the development of digital literacy, promoting digital transformation for small and medium enterprises, developing regional digital transformation, and in her spare time leading the Eurointegration team, as well as the international relations team in the ministry. So without further ado, I turn it over to you, Valeriya.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon to everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank you so much for supporting Ukraine and standing up with Ukraine during this very difficult times of war. And thank you very much for this invitation and for the possibility to share our experience in building the most convenient digital state in the world. So I will be very straightforward for the topic. First of all, as already mentioned, I represent the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. We are the newest ministry in Ukrainian government. We were formed in 2019. And for these 3 years, we are working and trying to build the most convenient digital state in the world. So basically, we have 4 main strategic goals in our ministry. We want to make 100% of public services available online, to cover all the country with an access to the internet, to teach people with digital literacy, because if you are willing to build the most convenient digital state, it is important so citizens have at least basic level of digital skills so they can use all the benefits which state is creating for them. And also digital literacy makes people competitive on the labor market today. And also one of our goals is basically to develop the digital economy and IT industry in Ukraine. And in order to achieve all of these goals, we have created an ecosystem, a national ecosystem of digital projects, which is called Diia. Diia is translated into Ukrainian as an action. So Diia ecosystem has 5 different projects. The first one is our mobile application Diia, which is our core product, and I will tell a little bit more about it later in the slides. The second one is the state portal of public services Diia, where we are digitizing all of the services. The next one is Diia City, a special economic and tax regime for IT companies, Diia Business, a national program on the development of SMEs in Ukraine, and Diia Education, the national edutainment platform for reskilling and digital literacy. So what is Diia? I have prepared a short video for you, so please attention to the screen.
What is Diia? Diia is a state in smartphone. It is a useful tool that cares about millions of Ukrainians on a daily basis via Diia app. Ukraine is the first country in the world that allows its citizens to use digital passports as an alternative to physical ones, using which you can open a bank account in one click and travel around the country without originals. Your digital documents and variety of public services are available in one application, from driver's license to birth certificate, from paying taxes to sharing your car. Even nationwide polls are a direct expression of e-democracy. Anytime, any place. No paperwork, no stress, no lines, no bureaucracy. This is what Diia truly is.
So starting with Diia mobile application, which is our core product. Now it is used by 19 million of Ukrainians, which is almost half of the population of Ukraine. And it's about digital documents in smartphone, digital services in smartphone, and digital signature in smartphone. So as have been already mentioned, Ukraine is the first country in the world where digital passports are totally equivalent to paper or plastic ones. And in Diia, using Diia applications, we are giving to our citizens a lot of different possibilities. First of all, for example, with the help of Diia, our citizens are paying fines, are paying taxes just in 2 clicks. They are also taking part in e-polls. So when it's there is some important question, we can directly ask our citizens. During the wartime, we have launched a bunch of new services, like for example, a possibility to buy war bonds from the state, which are basically investments of our Ukrainian citizens to the Ukrainian state, and many others. But what is important is that we really believe that the less government people have in their lives, the better. And that's why everything what we are creating, it is very user-centric. We always keep in mind our user, our citizen, and we always want to do the best case scenario of using the service for the concrete user. The next project of Diia ecosystem is basically the state portal of public services Diia, where we are digitizing all of the services, and we have now more than 120 services available on the platform, including the fastest business registration in the world. So you can register your business in Ukraine only in 10 minutes. But also I would like to make a very important remark here, that if 10 years ago or even 7 years ago, everyone believed in one-stop shop approach, then in mobile first approach. Now we all understand that it will be mobile only. So when creating GovTech products or any kind of commercial products. I think it's important to keep this in mind. The next project of our Diia ecosystem is Diia Business, which is the great project for the development of SMEs, which has two components. The first one is basically a one-stop shop for future and existing entrepreneurs with lots of different services and products for them, including free consulting on 70 different topics, marketplace of financial products with smart filters, so every entrepreneur can get the information on available financial product in his region, impact investment platform, expert section, free online school for entrepreneurs. So basically, you name it, and you will find everything you need on Diia Business platform. Also, we have the second component of this project, which is the network of offline hubs of Diia Business, which are located in 13 cities in Ukraine, and one was opened in Warsaw. So the main idea of these centers are basically to give the opportunity for those entrepreneurs who would like to use services offline, to have the consultation offline, or who would like to make some networking during educational events, so they have a place to come. And those Diia Business centers become really the heart and the meeting point for entrepreneurs in a concrete region. They are all done in a very modern way, and this is really something new for Ukraine, and we plan to have those Diia Business centers in every city of Ukraine in the next years. The next project of our Diia ecosystem is the Diia City, which is a special economic and tax regime for IT companies. For now, it's important to say that this project was launched on the 24th of February. Before 24th of February, it was launched on the 7th of February 2022. So it was 2 weeks prior to the full-scale Russian invasion to Ukraine during our regular Diia summit. And what's important about it is that even during the wartime, when this project was launched, we received more than 500 companies who became the residents of Diia City. And this project indeed helps us to develop and to grow our digital economy even during the times of war. Another project of our ecosystem is Diia Education, which is a national platform for reskilling and digital literacy. We started it in 2020. And we relaunched it just recently, a month ago. Now this platform is available in Ukrainian and in English. But what's important about it is that basically this platform is done for different segments of target audience, starting from kids, scholars, people of different professions, and ending with the people of elegant age. So the differentiation of this platform is that we have edutainment format of learning, which means education through entertainment, micro-learning format, stop lessons, lots of tests, guides, podcasts. We have a special function on receiving a personalized educational trajectories. We have a separate section on reskilling with more than 50 different professions. Half of them are digital, half of them are not digital. And this platform is basically open for everyone. So we also have prepared a short video for you about this platform.
Keeping up to date with the latest knowledge and skills is a challenge in a world that constantly forces us to change with the circumstances. But imagine that learning can be fun and accessible to everyone. Modern skills at your fingertips. You can change your profession or develop new skills by watching an educational series, completing a simulation, or listening to a podcast. With Diia Education, you can personalize your learning experience. Create your own educational series based on your skills and hobbies. Sometimes starting over is the best possible solution. And sometimes it's the only one. But the new attempt will definitely be easier. Your skills are with you for life. You just need to explore them. Others study to get closer to their grandchildren and keep up with the technology. Send a certificate of tests and programs completion to your family. Let them be proud of your results. Diia Education. New skills, new professions.
So this is a governmental platform which is open for everyone in Ukraine, but we also have the platform available in English for everyone who would like to learn in such a format. It's also open. But what's important here is that you know that when the war started in Ukraine, we had really to shift from our main strategy and to react fast on those challenges which we found on and which we are seeing in our country. And speaking about education and speaking about reskilling and workforce, there are a lot of IDPs in Ukraine, internally displaced people who lost their jobs, who lost their businesses, who lost their homes. And in other regions, it is not always so easy to find a new job. So they have to upskill themselves or reskill and basically to find a job. So what we have done on our platform is that we have integrated with the biggest job platforms in Ukraine. And we have created a full cycle for such people on our platform. So basically you have different user flows. So you are starting with the test or quiz, then you see that the list of professions which might suit you according to those skills that you have and the knowledge and experience that you have. Then you receive the list of possible professions for you. You are learning through the whole educational course. You are passing the interactive simulator, you're receiving the certificate, and then the system, the platform recommends you the open job offers for this concrete profession in your concrete region. So that's basically what we have done, and together with Google.org and Eastern Europe Foundation, we have been working around 6 months on this platform, and now it is available for Ukrainians and people all over the world who would like to reskill themselves. Also, it's important to mention about a new thing on the platform, which is interactive simulator. We were trying to find some way to test not only knowledge, but also skills. And we were trying to make the educational process even more engaging for people of different segments of target audience. That's why we have created this new format. So the idea is that after the series, a user watches the video around 10 minutes with different situations and cases, and then the user have to choose 1 out of 2 answers. And it does not matter if you choose the correct or wrong answer, you will see the video explanation. We also have prepared a very short video on how the simulator works. So please attention to the screen.
Hello, it's time to check how you have mastered the mobile photographer educational course. Perspective is the depth of the image, which is also formed with the help of lines. That's why the grid is an important and very convenient. Take a shot in the middle of a day in a sunny weather. No, that's not the right answer. On a sunny day, tonal perspective is almost impossible. At this time, you are more likely to get overexposed photos or shots with very harsh and bright light. For any retouching, you need to bring the frame as close as possible. The more precisely you move over the area you want to correct, the better result is. And take several photos with a single click to choose the best one. This is very convenient for shooting sports, children, animals, or outdoor scenes.
So basically, this is one of our new products. That's why I pay a lot of attention to it. But, I can talk a lot about all of the Diia ecosystem products. However, I would like also to say a couple of words on how our work changed during the wartime. So when the war started on the 24th of February last year, as I've mentioned already, we really had to shift the strategy and to think on how we should move and what we should, how we should react on those challenges which we've seen. And I will give you just a couple of examples. So when Russian missiles started to hit residential areas and started to damage or totally destroy residential buildings, people started, of course, going to the shelters. And there was absolutely no connection, and there was no access and no opportunity for them to receive truthful news like 24/7. That's why we embedded and made Diia TV and Diia Radio available in the Diia application. Then we started a new service, the possibility for people to receive the internally displaced person certificate and status in the Diia application. So once a person received this status in Diia application, the person also can apply to receive the social financial assistance also through Diia application. Later on, we've launched the possibility to donate to the army directly and also to buy war bonds, like military obligations from the National Bank of Ukraine, which is basically the investment to Ukraine. It is also important to mention that if you remember in the probably not only first days, but first weeks of the full-scale Russian invasion, there were a lot of refugees also on the border, and a lot of people were like running from the war without absolutely nothing and without documents, but they had smartphones with them. And they used the application to verify their identity by using their digital documents in the Diia application. And for some of the people, it was necessary to create a special document, e-document, which would contain the main information from different documents, so they could use it. During the wartime inside the country. We have also launched the service regarding the possibility to apply for damaged property and later to receive a compensation. And by the way, we've just recently launched this service. It is called e-recovery. So the person receives money through the application for as a compensation for the damaged property during the wartime. And of course, you know that the level of, I would say, in order to somehow motivate our citizens and people, we even launched a couple of games in the application, including Biography, for example. So I can also tell a little bit later about it. And we also launched a great product, which is called e-enemy. In Ukrainian, it is called Yevorog. It's a special chatbot with authorization through Diia, which helped our citizens to inform our armed forces about Russian troops or Russian equipment. And during the whole period of full-scale Russian invasion, we have received almost 500,000 applications and information, which really helped our armed forces. To be honest, I saw the question in the chat about cybersecurity, and cybersecurity is something which is very important for us, and we take it super seriously. So when it comes, for example, to Diia, we have our own red team who is working on a regular basis to find even minor vulnerabilities. We are conducting bug bounties together with the support of our donors. And that's why basically when the war started, we were ready for it, and all our Diia ecosystem was ready. I see that it's also time, but I still have the final slide, that we are very honored to have a lot of partners all over the world. And today we are integrating our Diia solution with the local applications when it comes to like sharing data. And one of the great examples is our cooperation with M-Obyvatel with Poland. Also, it is important to say that Ukraine has learned a lot from Estonia. We are using a lot of Estonian GovTech products, and Estonia is a great mentor for us when it comes to digital transformation. And that's why we are super honored right now that Estonia is the first country to build their own state application, MRIG, based on Diia. experience, and they're about to launch their application just in a few months. And also we just recently conducted a great event in Washington, DC, together with USAID, where USAID announced their support to 5 countries for the Diia implementation. So now we want to show the world that Ukraine has really some great GovTech products, and we want to make our payback to the world with these GovTech products. A lot of governments are facing the same challenges, and there is absolutely no need in wasting a lot of resources and a lot of time, 2, 3, 5 years in creating something new, when you can reuse a great solution and basically spend your resources on something, on other important topic. And now we are very open. We are very excited to have great conversations with great countries all over the world. We are also working with private sector partners, with civil society, because we really believe that really great GovTech products and great cooperation happens in this synergy between government or governments, private sector partners, and civil society. Today, Ukraine is a great place to test your products, to test your services when it comes to defense tech, biotech, medtech, edtech, govtech, and we are now in the process of creation our national innovation strategy, and we are very open for new partnerships. So here are my contacts, and I will be ready to continue the dialogue with you. And thanks again for inviting and for having me today. Great honor.
Well, thank you very much, Valeriya.